operant power. What does that mean? Neville Goddard talks about this a lot. You are the operator. You're the operant power. Everything is mental here. So everything you're thinking is actualizing. You're seeing it now or not, depending on if you're focused on time, depending on if you have some time lag because you live in the past in your mind, or you live way worrying in the future. Okay, so if you're worried about the past or future a lot, thinking about the past or future in a worry state, then it creates lag. And so let's come back to you are the operant power. Everything you're thinking and speaking is a form of thinking, is creating, and even binding it in writings, what you write. So we also know of heart-mind coherence. When those thoughts, words, and deeds of writing are in alignment with our feeling state, then it's got heart-mind coherence. It's going to particleize faster in front of you. It's going to be more present to show up. So when things are seemingly happening to you, there was a thought that had to have happened to create that seemingly happenings, that happening. You had to have thought that the other would say that. You had to have possibly done that in another timeline, and it's still rippling itself out. It's still spiraling and projecting itself out. So the more you become more deliberate on your thought creations, what you're thinking about, and you're thinking it into existence, I am powerful, everything works out for me, everything always works out for me. These types of thoughts carry a lot of weight in the field, and they help to formulate and form the reality in a certain way, a theme of everything works out for you. So those are really great thoughts to be having. I love my life is a great thought to be having. Because if you love your life and that's the theme, that's spiraling and stacking up light to exist in a certain way, then it's going to have that theme of I love my life. And so that can mean a lot of different things are happening in your life. And if whatever they are, you're loving them because that theme is so dominant. It is dominated in your I love my life is a great thing to be thinking right when you get up, right when you go to bed, when you're driving the car, when you're idle, and just kind of rather than letting your mind think about anything else, I love my life can be a wonderful song to sing to yourself. So you have to be mindful that you're creating all this. This is a mental existence. So being that it's mental, there's two things. One is you are very aware of what you're thinking. And number two, you are a meditator. So you get good at meditating and stilling the mind so that you have more power over the mind when you do have a thought. If you're able to maintain neutral and not think a lot and be idle, and then all of a sudden you have a dominant thought, that thought has so much power behind it because you weren't thinking, a few seconds earlier, hour earlier. This is the power of you doing more meditation. You're building and emptying the vessel of the reality to happen more quickly when you do have a thought. Okay? And if your heart has been built on self-worth, self-love, as well as thoughts that will help those feelings, which are everyone loves you, you love everyone, you love yourself, you love this existence, even when it seems like you do not love it. You're still being really super conscious to think everyone loves you. Even if someone just did something horrible, they love you. The true soul that they are loves and adores you. The personality that you may have seen a shadow happen, meaning that shadow of them doing something not so good to you, was some thought that you had in a prior time that said they would do that. You memorize them to be a lower version of themselves. And you'll tell me, well, they did it again and again. Well, that's a lot of memorizing. They keep getting memorized doing those not so good things. You have to be the operant power to start seeing them in your meditations in your mind's eye doing awesome things. So seeing it, saying it to yourself, this person is awesome. They are another version of me. They're teaching me that I need to love myself even more, and I need to allow others to love me more and do awesome things with me, to me, around me. Okay? This is a game. We're here to learn and grow in this game and evolve and be self-awakened, self-aware that we are the operant power. So the more time we spend in meditation and conscious dream time, conscious going to bed, conscious right when we get up, meaning before you open your eyes, when your two eyes are closed, your single eye is open behind your two eyes. The more you are doing meditation, dream time work, um, focused right when you're going to bed, focused right when you're going to bed, getting up or going to bed, those two dream time or bedtime assignments are super powerful. The more time you're doing those things, meditation, astral, you're wide awake in the astral, whether you're doing out of body work or you are lucid or you're remembering your dreams. And then, like I said, AM and PM while you're laying in bed, your eyes are still closed, and you're super consciously aware that your thoughts are so powerful right then. In the dream and right as you're waking up to the daydream. Keep your eyes closed and work behind the scenes. This is your eternal light. The eternal light that you build out behind the two eyes. The eternal light that you connected into the heavenly space, into the higher realms, realms 2 and 12, 2 through 12. So realm 1 is right here most of the time. What you see when you wake up, when you open your two eyes, and it's inverted, okay? But behind the two eyes from realm 2 to 12, the higher frequency states, those are the most important places for you to tap into your eternal flame, your eternal light, reclaim yourself. You are already there as a higher self-intelligence. You have a light body. It's very physical. And you are physically living in those spaces eternally. What are you doing there? Ask yourself. Ask your higher intelligence. Use yes and no questions. You can sit in meditation. You can sit with a pendulum. You can do some super conscious inquiry and ask, what do I do there? It might be similar to what you have an affinity, if you're so-called on a path. It might be similar to what you actually do in your waking day. That shows you you're on course. Like you're literally bringing your eternal flame down here to help do the great work and bring about great change to awaken souls back to their eternal nature. It could be just spreading joy. That is an eternal state, nature of yourself, to be speaking life and speaking joy, being helpful, being in service, just being yourself authentically is an eternal soul nature. And so that may be part of your great work. It's just to be authentically you, and you go do your different types of daily activities in that way. Others of you may be teaching skills that help awaken the eternal consciousness, like something like this. That may be what you came here to do at this now moment, to wake yourself up first and then wake up the other aspects around you who are also part of your soul pool, to weave them back in, love them with full self-love and compassion, understanding, acceptance, and let them be their higher version selves with you. So everyone loves you and everyone around you is having a great time as you all wake up to this eternal consciousness, and then you stake the eternal flame into the ground right here and make heaven on earth by illuminating. From your behind your two eyes, it's illuminated. You're seeing things of amazing days are going to happen. You're going to have a great day today. You visualize what's going to happen. You watch your super intelligence show you what's going to happen in a lucid dream or something like that. You're super consciously aware of what's going on in the higher planes. And then when you open these two eyes, you then embody the eternal flame that you are. You embody the light, full higher self-consciousness, all these different words. You embody it, and then you walk it. You're merged. You are the light body, and you walk it and live it. You live the eternal self. You live the eternal flame right here, right now. That's the great work, to live it here right now. And then everything that you literally, like a vacuum, it's pulling to your heart center, galactic center. It's everything that comes up in front of you that happens is part of the great work with your two eyes open to then deliver your highest authentic loving self And that might be a righteous self. It doesn't always have to be like very peace, love, dove. You may sometimes need to awaken the scene in front of you to this eternal consciousness and speak truth, because you know that your spoken truth that is authentic and clear and teaching and sharing that what you think is, so everyone has a truth and it all is true. If they speak it, it creates. When you share all these different foundational truths of eternal consciousness with the others, that is the great work. And you bring that here, right now, whoever vacuums up to you, because you're projecting all these scenes to you to evolve your own consciousness, you then are strengthening not only the eternal flame that's already happening. Your higher self consciousness, your bigger self is eternal, but you're strengthening it to merge and be in the avatar right here, right now, when you show up authentically and do the great work. So I hope that helps you. I wrote here for today's class earlier, you are the operant power. Develop your prosperous thought, words, deeds, and feelings. Develop them. Develop it like it depends, your life depends on it. That's why you're here. To create the best world possible. And do not be fooled by the obstacles in front of you and the things that are happening around you that are not in alignment with you being the operant power. If it seems like a victim consciousness, a separate consciousness, an obstacle of duality, it is not the highest eternal self-consciousness. It is not. It is a shadow of a lower thought that you put in place because you got confused when you have amnesia through coming through the forgetful waters of the womb, of the firmament. You came through, you forgot, but you're here to awaken through meditation and remember these eternal codes. And once you do, then you can delete that obstacle, that thought program that created the obstacle, that thought that was separate in nature and kept you feeling like a victim. And then you can revisualize a new higher potential, or tap into it because it's already happening in the higher realms. Above realm 1, everything is wholeness, everything is instant. There's no victims, there's nothing happening to you in a bad way. Okay? And I point up, but really it's everywhere right here. It's just you are holding a higher frequency, you're holding the eternal flame, you're taking responsibility that the thought that this creation is mental, and you're here to master it through neutrality, with less thinking, through meditation practices, and then super conscious thinking that speaks life, that speaks love into that which we see in front of us. And the shadows of the past of polarity and obstacles will start to fade away the more you are deliberately, super consciously having these blueprint thoughts of highest potential. You will then start to ground heaven on earth. You will then start to have more magical days more consistently. It will catch up with you. If you're not there yet and you say, I'm doing the work, it's not happening yet, it's only because you need to do more meditation, be more present, do more super conscious programming of the way you want it to be. And start to forgive yourself for forgetting these tools, these eternal codes. Forgive the others and let them be their higher self. Let them be the higher versions that you're going to start to rememorize. Let life work through you, for you, by you. So I hope that helps you. Have an amazing day. If you're local to Palm Harbor, Florida, come on in to our 3 Miracles. We are by appointment and by class, by session. We just had our sound bath on Mondays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm from India. Hello, Harsh. Yes, I know Kriya Yoga. I do. Glad to have you here, sister. I hope you have a magical day. And to everyone else, you too. Satnam, greatest love, greatest light there is you.